Welcome to the VIP Ignite Live podcast, brought to you by Alicia Kback, author of Finding Fame, with our VIP industry experts, Carolyn Dixon and Kennadi Seibert. The VIP Ignite Live podcast, where we open the universe to models, actors, and musicians. It's not what you know, but who you know.
This is Carolyn Dixon, Vice President of Event Services here at VIP Ignite, and I am live today with our new President of Talent and Client Services, Kennadi Seibert. Hi, Kennadi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Great.
Okay, cool. Oh my God, wait. So before we jump in, I know we've got a lot of really cool stuff to cover today, but before we jump in, I just wanted to ask, have you been looking, I don't know if you watch, look at any the celebrity gossip and news and stuff, but this one isn't gossip. Bradley Cooper just had his first baby.
I saw. Oh my gosh.
I know. I can't wait till they bring it, till they put out the pictures. I know it's only 2 weeks old, and respect celebrities' privacy and everything. But first of all, Bradley Cooper, gorgeous.
Goodness.
And then Irene. Oh my gosh, how do you say her name? Sheikh? Is it Irene Sheikh?
Yeah.
Yeah, Irene Sheikh. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Russian model. Do you know too much about her? Because I'm not too familiar.
I mean, I know she hosted Russian's Next Top Model, and I follow her on Instagram. She has 8 million followers, but she's absolutely gorgeous to look at. It's incredible. You guys need to follow her.
Okay. All right. I aspire someday. Oh my God. All right. So she is gorgeous. He is gorgeous. That baby's going to be gorgeous. I cannot wait to see.
Me too. Me too. Now, some news. I recently started watching the show on Netflix. It's kind of hot right now. It's 13 Reasons Why. Have you ever read the book?
I haven't read the book. Okay, guys, listen. So Kennadi's been trying to drag me into watching this show for I don't even know, this past week, ever since it came out. What's so big about? What is so good about this?
Well, the book came out in 2007. I bought it right away. It's absolutely amazing. It's about this guy named Jensen. He comes home from school one day and he finds a box with his name on it on his front porch. And inside the box, he actually discovers some cassette tapes recorded by Hannah Baker, which is his classmate and his crush. Now, she committed suicide 2 weeks earlier. Now, on the tape, Hannah does explain that there are 13 reasons why she decided to end her life, and Clay is one of them.
Ooh.
Yeah, and when he listens to the tape,
heartbreak.
Yeah, when he listens, he'll find out how he made that list. And I literally just finished the series on Netflix in about 2 days. It's crazy. You need to watch it. You need to.
Okay, when I have 2 days free to binge, that's when I'm going to watch it someday when, I don't have time. Or, someday when I do have time. Oh, speaking of time, we've spent enough time talking about, silly stuff. Let's get down to business a little bit. So I know we've been looking, honestly, the reason we're doing this is because we really are sick and tired of seeing people get scammed, seeing people, just go the wrong direction and think that Craigslist is the place to find castings, the place to pick up real work. It's not. And honestly, I'm tired of it, aren't you? I mean,
oh
I know.
Oh my gosh, it's scary. It's so scary to see kids going after castings even without their parents.
Oh my God, especially kids. If you're under 18, you can't do this. You can't be online. If you're under 18, this is number one most important. We weren't even going to talk about kids today, but if you're under 18 and somebody says, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to work with you," that is a scam. That is 100% a scam because there's no way.
Especially if they try to talk to you without your parents there.
That's what I mean.
Just a big red flag. Get out.
Oh my God. All right. So what do you think, all right, in your opinion, what are the biggest red flags if you see a casting on Craigslist?
Well, when they guarantee you're actually going to get work. There is no guarantee. It doesn't matter who you are. There's no full-time guarantee that you're going to get work all the time.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And honestly, the reason, just so you guys know, how we kind of know what we're talking about with this is, okay, I've been with this company for 2 years. Kennadi's new, but she's already had experience with this. We have kids come to us and adults, everybody, come in trying to join up with our company, trying to sit down with real experts in this industry and coming to us to audition and interview every single day, and they all have the same exact story. They've all been there, they've all seen this, and it's heartbreaking. Some of them have really been scammed. They've lost money, they've lost time, they've been hurt by these people. And I'm tired of it. I'm sad. And personally, like, I've been there. I went through, you know, I've been on online castings. I was trying to get into this industry myself. Like, I went to school for theater, and they told us, oh, you have to get real experience out there. And as a kid, like, being even like 18, not knowing what I'm getting myself into, I went through one of those online casting sites, and honestly, I was so excited the first time a casting director reached out to me and tried to talk to me. I got a check in the mail for $2,000. I was like, oh my God, I can actually do this. This is real. This is really going to happen. And then they were getting in contact with me, and they said, okay, so what happens is you need to put a deposit down on your wardrobe. Everybody does this. It's like $250. I think it was like $500. They wanted $500. Just send it to us, and then after you wear the clothes, we'll give it back to you. It's like a security deposit type of thing. Like, after, because the clothes are so expensive and blah blah blah. So first of all, I'm an idiot. This casting was in like Georgia. They were gonna pay for me to like fly down. No one is gonna pay someone to come from Philadelphia to Georgia.
Oh my God.
And pay for that. They would hire like local talent. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
But so they said, okay, so you just need to send us this money and we'll make it work. Thank God I like talked to my bank, and they were like, listen, that sounds a lot like money laundering.
Yeah.
How about we don't do that?
Definitely. Wow.
So yeah, I didn't, and thank God I didn't. And that was from like, I don't even remember the site. I think it was like Casting 470 or something like that. I don't remember what it was called. But I mean, we hear these stories all the time, and that's like that's a site that specifically tells you that you're supposed to get castings there for modeling, for acting, for music. Like, people, they take advantage of people trying to make it in this industry.
Oh yeah.
And I was paying for that. I was paying to submit to these castings like every month, and I was not getting anything. And it's insane. And that's
scary.
That's not even Craigslist. Like, Craigslist is free.
My gosh, Craigslist is worse.
So anybody can post there. You'll see jobs for oh my gosh, like Disney, for Marvel, for for Abercrombie and Fitch, Victoria's Secret, Ralph Lauren. Like, those people are not going to go to Craigslist.
Oh no way. There's no way that someone or some company of like a higher power would not just go to Craigslist to get free casting.
Yeah. Why not? Why don't they go there?
I mean, with the castings that are on Craigslist, they're very broad. They're looking for beautiful women or just younger people. There's not very specifics. Like, if you ask...
Okay. We get real castings every day. So we would get a casting for, let's say, someone who's 5'6" to 5'8". They have to be a blonde woman with blue eyes, not Asian, oh my gosh, blue eyes. Okay, let's say Caucasian, and, 17 to 23. And they'll send us, this is called a breakdown. They come from real people in the industry. They only work with legitimate clients and real agencies because they know that the people that we're going to send them are real. We send them what's called a package of like 16 people that match that description of what they're looking for. They select who they want to use, and then we contact them. And they know that every single person they're sent in that package will really show up for the job.
Right.
If you're getting cast off Craigslist, Ralph Lauren has no idea if you're going to show up for the modeling job, you know?
Yeah, it's like completely unreliable.
Exactly. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. These legitimate legitimate clients are only going to send castings to real modeling agencies because of the fact that they're putting their reputation on the line. Like, if we were to submit someone and they didn't show up, what would that do to our company? They would never work with us.
And there's also, I'm sure everyone's familiar with catfishing. There's a lot of problems with that as well.
And that's what happens from these Craigslist ads. Girls get hired off of one picture.
Right.
All right. Let me ask you this, just for like anybody listening, for a real job, like a real job, you know what I mean? Like a real like interview, like day-to-day, 9-to-5 job. How are you hired? Do you like have to go through like a process maybe, or do you just like send them a picture and then they're gonna hire you? It really like it doesn't work that way.
No. If it sounds too good to be true,
it probably is.
It probably is.
Oh my God, yeah, exactly.
Like, just send me a picture and you'll get $2,000. Life doesn't work like that.
No,
it doesn't.
No. And honestly, like, that makes so much sense. If somebody's telling you, like, okay, we were looking at one Craigslist ad. Where is it? Oh my God, give me 2 seconds. They were talking about, like, are you, like, brand new to the industry with no experience? You're gonna earn $2,000 here at Talent Gigs Available. You're gonna earn $2,000 with no background check. You have to be 18 years of age, so at least they hit that, and you're gonna be hired on the spot if qualifications are met.
What are the qualifications?
I know, like, what are the qualifications? Who are you? Am I supposed to, like,
you don't
show
even
up
have a
at
name.
your house?
Who? No.
But you're going to make $2,000. And what exactly is
that
the
monopoly
talent
money
gig that you're talking about? Like, oh my gosh. I'm honestly, like, I'm sure a lot of you guys think these sites work, these online sites. Like, I'm sure you think that this is something that's real. And I don't want to destroy it. You know what? I'm sure 85 to 90% of these castings could be something real, could be something, legitimate. But the problem is that what about the 10% that aren't? What about the 15% that aren't?
You don't know who they are. You don't know what their motivation is to get people to apply. I mean,
and that's the problem. Even when you're just paying a little bit of money, like, you don't know what you're getting. You don't know who's posting these sites. Nobody's checking. Nobody's, like, looking to see, like, what is the moderating system for Craigslist? Personally, like, I've posted a Craigslist ad before for, like, my couch.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, you want to pick up my couch? Like, it's curbside pickup because I didn't want it anymore. And it was like, just, take it. Like, that's all. There was no is your couch real? Can you verify that you are actually picking up a couch? There's no process.
No. People just show up and they get what they get.
Exactly.
It's like, but I found another one on Craigslist. It was actually posted 3 days ago. It says adorable female type.
Oh, that sounds nice. Adorable. What does adorable mean?
I don't know. And they'll be booked for modeling in days. So get a job modeling right now. Absolutely no experience. Plus, just use cell phone selfies as your application.
Oh, my
God. Oh, no. And you can start right away if you want to just email the pics, your name, number. We'll contact you promptly. Use at least one face and one body pic. Photo shoots can happen 3 to 6 times a month at $1,000 to $3,000 per shoot.
That's fun. I'm ready. Let's go. All types, all body types. Let's go. Ready? This is ridiculous.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous. It doesn't tell you who the clients are, who you're going to be shooting with. You have no idea.
Is there even a number?
People, like, you could show up and they're going to take your organs. They're gonna take your kidneys. They're gonna kidnap you.
Sell them on the black market.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing. That's how they're getting their $3,000 to give to you.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna take your kidney and sell it, and they'll give you your cut. Let's say your kidney goes for like $15,000, and they'll give you your $3,000 out of the $15,000 that they just sold their kidney for.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, just so you guys know, these castings. I don't want to destroy this for you. I don't want to say that, there's no way for you to find a way into this industry if you don't have the connections. It's difficult, not impossible. It's very, very difficult. But absolutely freaking not is Steven Spielberg looking at your cell phone selfies as part of your application.
No way.
They want to see legitimate photos. They want to see you working with real people in this industry who are vouching for you. They're not going to they don't want to talk to you. Real casting directors they just don't want to talk to you. Do you think let's say Joss Whedon for like another Avengers movie has time to sit down with 60,000 people that are interviewing to just be a background extra on his film?
Are you crazy? No.
And Avengers is owned by Disney now. Do you know what Disney says? Disney says that nowhere online can you find their castings. They don't exist. They don't post them anywhere except for on their own site.
Right.
So guys, right now, if you see a casting for Disney, let us know. Let us know if you we're gonna post this podcast like all over the place. Let us know in the comments. It'll get back to us. Yeah. I want to know where these fake castings are. Like, where are you looking for work? That way we can squash them. We'll stop it.
We need to.
Yeah.
It's really.
We're gonna blow it up. Honestly. Oh my gosh. So, Kennadi, what has been your favorite part of working here so far?
My favorite part of working here is the fact that I am learning about all these scams and the fact that I can help people in the right direction, follow their dreams, and get to the right spot that they need to go. Yeah. That's probably one of my favorites so far. I know there's going to be a lot.
So I know we said we would help you guys identify real castings and identify what what a fake casting is. So biggest things you need to look for is they're not specific. They're going to tell you they'll work with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to happen. If it's a real casting, they're looking for specific things. Even extras in a crowd are specific. They'll be looking for business types, or they'll be looking for, if it's a kid casting, they'll be looking for, students, and they'll list specific ages, specific races, specific genders, everything. And that's what a breakdown looks like.
It's not just show up and you're hired. It's not.
Exactly. They're never going to guarantee. No one should be guaranteeing that they'll get you work. No one should say, show up and we'll pay you $2,000. That sounds like they're going to kidnap you.
It does. It really does. It's like taken.
Exactly. So, honestly, you guys should tell us, why are you using Craigslist? Why are you doing this? What is making you guys go here?
Can we help you?
Yeah, exactly. Can we help you?
We will help you.
That's sort of the biggest goal. I know you guys are trying to get into, full-time modeling. I know you guys think that, that's the dream. You want to reach this point in your career where you're booking work every day. You see this dream. You see, that's the goal. But using Craigslist is actually not doing that for you. It's hurting you. It's hurting your career. People look at jobs booked up for Craigslist, and it's, okay, even if it's a real casting, even if you show up and they pay you your $200, they'll get the rights to that photo and they'll be able to use it forever. Now, if you want to go and you get the opportunity to get in front of somebody who can really make a difference in your career, they're only going to see you from that photo. Say that photo gets used for a herpes commercial, gets used in a on a subway benches. It gets used all over the place, places you didn't know it was going to go, but you don't own it. So there's literally no way for you to control where it's going.
Right. And one opportunity on Craigslist might be good, but what are the chances of you getting another one with the same exact opportunity? It's just taking chances, and it's just... That's
the thing. Even if they do, even if you book 10 small jobs off of Craigslist, you're not going to reach the point where you're booking those real $2,000 jobs, those real things. If somebody legitimate in the industry gets the chance to look at your resume, they're not going to be impressed by that. That's not something that they're going to want to work with you on. They're
going to ask, how'd you get this job? Oh, Craigslist. That makes you look bad.
It really does, because you want to be working with people that they know, people who they understand, real names in this industry. Honestly, low budget. If you're doing a film and half the cast can't show up at certain times for weekends or whatever, it's not real. It doesn't make any sense for you to go off of that, because Craigslist, the reason they're booking there, the reason these people are trying to go there is because they don't have any money. They don't have the money to go through a real agency. They don't have the money, which means what are they going to be using this for? It doesn't make any sense for you to go after that. They're trying to take advantage of you. They're trying to show I don't know. It doesn't even make any sense. No. I'm scared. I'm scared for these
everyone.
People.
Me too.
I think what people don't understand is if you're working for an agency, this software that we use, the things that I was talking about, sending out a package, that costs money to build and maintain, and then you need the staff. You can't really do this on your own. Not if you're trying to break into the industry the right way.
No.
Oh my gosh. If you're sending your picture out everywhere,
oh my gosh, it could end up anywhere. You don't know what those people are going to do with your picture once they get it,
because you're selling it to them,
right?
And it's like selling. It's like what the Amish believe, how your picture is a piece of your soul.
It is, honestly,
especially if you're trying to get into modeling.
Right.
That's your world.
You don't know these people, and they're just asking you to send pictures to them. But they never say, what they're going to do with the pictures, if they're going to post them somewhere, if they're going to, you no longer have the right.
Any control over
it. You can't control what they do.
That's another thing that we see all the time when people come in and they even have professional photos done, because they'll be like, oh, I worked with this photographer. It was, a trade shoot where I went in, I took pictures. He didn't charge me anything for the pictures, but, and I got copies of all of them. Well, then they show us the copies and they have the photographer's watermarks all over it.
Oh my gosh.
So they still own that picture. Yeah. You can't even really use that, because if you put that in your book, you're advertising that photographer. You're not really putting your stuff.
Right.
Like, that's why they do the trade shoots. And then trade shoots can be really wonderful when it comes to, like, getting experience in the first place, but they really don't do anything for forwarding your career.
Right.
They aren't taking you in the right direction. And it's horrible. It's really, really sad. Geez. That's been a really long time.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because, like, I was really nervous to do this. Just so you guys know, this is our first podcast, so take it easy on us.
Oh, goodness. I think we're okay.
They're going to be like, well, you were rambling the whole time.
Rambling's fun. Rambling's fun.
Yeah. No, honestly, like, this... honestly, I'm just trying to protect you guys. This world it's really hard. This is a hard industry to get into. And there's nobody protecting you if you're going through Craigslist. When you go through an agency, you have somebody who's actually helping you. They're the ones putting you out. They're the ones who are protecting you. They're the ones making sure you get paid. Because how do you protect yourself if they say they're going to pay you and they never do?
You can't really do anything about it. I mean, you kind of signed up for it.
Well, like, if you signed up for a job that said it was going to pay you $200 and they don't pay you that day, and let's say you even go to a lawyer and you say, how much is it going to take to get this guy to make this happen? It's going to cost $10,000, I'm sure, pursue a legal course of action against them. You're out money. Every single person can be taking advantage of you, and there's no one protecting you.
No. You're on your own.
Exactly. There's nobody protecting you. There's nobody who can, send them an invoice. Like, that's what we do. Like, when a model goes out for a job and they're walking all day, there's, like, how do they get paid? We send them an invoice. So if there's nobody doing that, how are you going to get paid?
Right.
Oh, you did your job. It was really nice getting to know you, and we'll be in touch. 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by, 6 months go by.
Your number, you can't call them or anything.
Exactly, and they disappear. You go back to that place and there's nobody there.
Right.
The lights are dark. You find out that studio was rented for the day, and you go and you talk to that photographer that's there that day, and there's nothing. And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I love the events that we host, and that's why we do what we do, because when we host these events, you actually get the chance to sit down with legitimate agencies. You get the chance to sit down with legitimate casting directors, the people that can make the difference for your career, that are gonna, for example, at our last event we had Michael Boudry there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Michael Boudry, but he's amazing. He worked with the Suicide Squad music video, Heathens, for 21 Pilots. Like, that song was on my number one on my playlist for 6 months before we even went to the event, and it was all my friends.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like to sing. I know this is radio, so I'm not going to go too crazy. But Michael Boudry, one of the nicest, most genuine people you're ever going to get to meet if you get the chance to meet him. He talks about what a real casting is like, what it's like when you go into to see casting directors. And here's a little secret tidbit fact: never shake a casting director's hand. Now, I know that seems weird. You would think when you go in, if you're used to going in for interviews, the first thing you do is shake someone's hand. But a casting director sees 60 people in a day. That's a super light day. I'm just using 60 because it's good for math.
Yeah.
But, that's the example that he used, 60 people in a day. And he's used to seeing 150 people in a day. But, all right, say he sees 60 people.
Okay.
One person goes in. They have 4 people's hands to shake, because when you go in, it's not just the casting director. You have the casting director, you might have the director of the film, you have a producer, and then there's an assistant or an intern there, keeping track of the headshots and who the person is. So they sit down, they're sitting there, you walk in, every person has to get up and shake your hand. It might not seem like a long time, 30 seconds per person. But if it's 60 people for the whole day, that's an extra half hour at the end of the day.
Oh my gosh.
And they have to see so many people every day, and as soon as you leave, their day isn't even over, because then they have to make the decisions. They have to pull out the headshots and look at every single person. So an extra 30 minutes at the end of the day, it really does add up. And that's just the basics. Keep in mind, people are gross.
Germs.
60
Always
people
carry hand sanitizer.
Oh God, I bet they do. But 60 different people, you're gonna run out of hand sanitizer by the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
It's disgusting. I bet they would get sick all the time.
I couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. And that was a real anecdote from Michael Boudry. He's amazing. Block M Castings. If you ever get the chance to sit down with someone like that, imagine the difference he could make in your career.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
At our event, he did a real casting that day for a commercial he was working on for, like, one of those mobile games. It was, like, a mobile fighting game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you see them all the time, like Mobile Strike, mobile whatever. Like, you see those types of commercials all the time, and you have to think, like, how do those people get on that commercial? How do they do it? I can guarantee they didn't go through Craigslist.
No.
Because we talked to Michael. He doesn't use Craigslist. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Are you excited to go to your first event?
I'm super excited. I cannot wait. I've heard so many good things about the event.
Yeah, we have a mini Mastermind workshop thing going on April 22nd in New York. I am so psyched.
I can't wait. I'm super excited.
They're a little different than when we do like the large scale events because they actually give the casting directors, the industry experts, the chance to go into way more than they get the chance to do at the larger scale events.
Yeah.
Because usually, at the large event, Michael Boudry was on a panel with 4 other people, and he got to speak for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Whereas at the workshop the day before, this is where we heard that story.
More interactions.
Exactly. He actually was pulling people up on stage and having them audition for him.
That's
That's so cool. Like having them go through like a real interview. Like what is it like? He did like a mock audition.
Where else can you get that?
You can't.
Where else?
You can't.
Right.
Like how are you going to meet Michael Boudry? How are you going to get the chance to sit down with these people?
You can't.
Like honestly, these people are really. That's why I love these events, because you meet real people. It's a real event. It's real interaction. You know them. You get to know them before you would work with them. Like Michael Boudry, you actually got to meet him before you showed up at his casting. Whereas with Craigslist, like you know nothing about these people. With online castings, you don't know who posted them. You don't know where they came from. You don't know where you're even going to be meeting them. Like okay, Kennadi, this is a personal question.
Okay, shoot.
Personal question. Would you sleep with someone you never met or you don't know?
No.
No?
No. Are you crazy?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you're still new here. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of thing. Is that the kind of thing you're into? You want to like go to a bar and not even go to a bar. They just show up at your house or you show up at their house and it's like go time.
No thanks. I wouldn't even invite them in. Are you crazy? That's nuts.
So then why would you think that real clients would use Craigslist? Why would they do that? Why would a real client like Michael Boudry, who casts for major motion pictures, for major things, like why would he go on Craigslist?
Right.
He wouldn't. He never would. He would never use Craigslist. The only type of people who use Craigslist are creeps.
Craigslist creeps.
Like for real, that's it. The only people who use these are creeps. And that's it. Honestly, that's basically all we pretty much have time to talk about today. We have maybe like another extra minute or something, but like, we just got the warning, 90 seconds. Sorry, this is the first time using this thing. They're like, 90 seconds, that's it.
Like
and then we're going to be out. Oh my God.
What it sounds like.
That did sound like Countdown to the Purge. Oh, speaking of the Purge, our next event in Los Angeles, we're going to probably go do Halloween Horror Nights again at Universal. We got to go to the Purge exhibit. It was the scariest, coolest thing. We had people chasing, and it was like all over the park. They had people chasing you around with a chainsaw. It seriously felt like I was on Craigslist. Honest to God, it was the scariest thing ever.
I would not want to experience that.
Okay, guys, so just so you know, this is not the only place where you're going to find us. You're going to find us here every day. You're going to find us doing Facebook Lives. We have another one at 3 p.m. today, and then one at 6:30 with James Devine. If you don't know him, he's an international male model, really amazing. And Kennadi, what's our topic for tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to discuss the top mistakes that models make. So
okay,
stay
all right,
tuned.
Stay tuned, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye.
You are listening to the VIP Ignite Live podcast with our VIP industry experts, Carolyn Dixon and Kennadi Seibert. The VIP Ignite Live podcast was brought to you by Alicia Kayback, author of Finding Fame. To learn more about becoming an actor, model, or musician with VIP Ignite Live, please visit VIPignitelive.com. VIP Ignite Live. It's not what you know, but who you know.